Hello, welcome to La Excellence. Our first issue is regarding COVID. The government has recently said that cases are again increasing. This is continuation of second wave. Second wave is still there. That's why government said we should be much careful. Here in this context, government has used this particular one called R naught. R naught is known as reproduction number. Reproduction number means average number of new infections generated by one infected individual. This is known as R naught. If R naught is greater than 1, it means there is spread of infection. As of now, in the present context, R naught for India is 1.2 on an average. That means infection rate is more. In this context, as the second wave is still there, we should be careful. But other experts they suggest that now the cases have increased again. That means it is an indication of third wave. Anyway, in any of the context, we should do more tests, treatment, tracing, testing, treatment, 3T model we should follow, genome sequencing we should follow, individuals should be more careful, mass vaccination should be done. These things can prevent the third wave now. Next issue is insolvency bill. We have IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. This code is useful in recovering the money. Let's say a particular company has taken loan from a bank. Bank is called as financial creditor, or it has taken raw material or services from another company. Those are called as operational creditors. Either financial creditors or operational creditors, if this company is not repaying the money on time, they can file insolvency cases against that particular company. They can go to NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal. They can file a case. And that NCLT gives that case to specialized organizations such as insolvency professionals. They prepare the plan. According to that plan, either that company pays back or that company's assets will be sold out and the money will be repaid. That is called IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Now, there are many small and medium scale companies. For them, pre-packaged or pre-pack resolution schemes are designed under the new bill, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Bill. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both passed it. Now, if President gives the approval, that becomes the act. And this is the informal way of reducing the corporate debt and going for corporate rescue plan. In this context, NCLT, with regard to NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal, it is the nodal agency to go for this particular process. The burden on NCLT will reduce, but others say that this kind of pre-packaged resolution schemes, this will erode the, let's say the bank need not get 100% money that it has given to that particular company. So that means if the public sector bank is there, if it loses money, who is really losing the money? It's the public. That means it's looting of the country. That's how opposition parties put it as. Next issue is governor's pardon power and section 443A. Recently, Supreme Court has mentioned that governor under constitutional scheme has pardon powers. So even on the people who are on death row, this can be pardoned. Even before they serve the minimum 14 years of prison sentence, governor can pardon. Earlier, under Criminal Procedure Code section 433A, this says that prisoner's sentence should be remitted, that means should be reduced only after mandatory 14 years of jail. That is life sentence. That means if a prisoner is on death row, at least he should go on this particular life sentence, that is 14 years of jail. That's the provision. Now, Supreme Court said that governor has the power. The prisoner need not go for 14 years of jail. That's the recent judgment. Next issue is Center Circular with regard to Jammu and Kashmir. Center has released a circular and it says that those who have the past protest record, they will be denied the jobs, the passports, etc. Yes, this is the normal security checkup that is done in every state. But in this context, past protests, many youth, many especially the adolescents, etc., many of them has participated in the protests. Denying them the jobs and passports, this might still alienate the people of Jammu and Kashmir. In this context, this kind of circular should consider this should consider such issues, security checks rationally. Otherwise, this can lead to further alienation of Jammu and Kashmir people. Next issue is poverty in India. Poverty estimations were done in India under Lakadwala, based on Lakadwala committee recommendation, Suresh Tendulkar recommendation, Rangarajan committee recommendations. Many a times we use these committees' recommendations, we calculated poverty data. But after 2012, India has not published the poverty data. We don't have any data for that now. But the recent periodic labor force survey, third annual periodic labor force survey, which was released by NSO, it has shown that the absolute number of poor is increasing, especially in the last 10 years. From 2013, if we consider, the poverty numbers are rising. From 1990s to 2012, absolute poverty numbers reduced because of implementation of LPG reforms and the further growth that it has caused. Poverty numbers reduced, but now still poverty numbers are increasing. One, because real wages did not increase. That led to unemployment and underemployment. Unemployment and underemployment. In this context, consumer expenditure fell down. That led to poverty. Poverty is expected to rise further, especially during this pandemic period. This data relates only till 2018. 2020-21, due to this pandemic, there are many job losses. This might increase the poverty further. That is the gist of this. Next is India-USA friendship. Recently, 3 high-profile visits have happened from USA to India. These visits, they signify 3 things. 1, USA is giving much renewed importance to Indo-Pacific region, and it is maintaining adversarial stand on China, and it is giving importance as a power balancer in Indo-Pacific region. These 3 things we can infer from the high profile visits, and we are part of Quad grouping, and in the recent visits it is said that we have global strategic partnership. That means globally India is recognized as a partner of USA. Next issue is horizontal way of reservations. Recently, Bihar government has announced 33% of horizontal reservation for women. That means in SC category, let's say we have overall 15% of reservations. Out of that, 33% overall SC reservation seats, out of that 33% should be given to women. That is called vertical reservation. That means we have horizontal reservation. EWS category, OBS category, SC category, ST category. These are vertical categories. Out of these, within each category, women should be given certain percentage. That is called horizontal reservations. We are implemented, and this is needed even in jobs. That's how women empowerment, women participation can be increased. That is what is the gist of this. Final article is USA's exit from Afghanistan. Many of us are thinking that USA is exiting. It did not achieve anything in Afghanistan, but still it is moving out of Afghanistan. But if we look at USA's perspective, USA is very clear that Taliban won't harm USA's interests. That's why it is exiting. Earlier, when USSR tried to occupy Afghanistan, USA proactively supported Taliban. And in Vietnam, from many places when it was coming back, it took care of this. That is, its interests are protected. Similarly, in this case also, in Afghanistan, USA now thinks that its interests are protected. That's why it is exiting. These are today's articles. Thank you very much. All the very best.